The shadow crown wide darkness was never meant to destroy you, but to crown you. There are those who are chosen to carry light, and then there are those of us who were chosen to walk through the dark. Not by accident, not by punishment, but by design. And if you're watching this, something in your life has already told you, you're not like the others. You weren't assigned to the easy path. You were forged in fire. You were pulled through storms that should have ended you but didn't. And while others found comfort in conformity, you were forced to go deeper. You've been called too much, too intense, too unpredictable. You've been misunderstood, misjudged, even feared. But what they don't know is that you carry 7 secret powers, gifts that were unlocked only through suffering, isolation, and the chaos you survived. These are not the gifts of the Lightworker. These are the powers of the Dark Chosen One. And if you don't learn to recognize and master them, they will consume you. But if you do, you become unstoppable, not in ego, but in essence. The first secret power is shadow empathy. You don't just feel emotions, you absorb them. But unlike others who drown in emotional waves, you've learned how to decode pain. You can sit with someone's sorrow and make sense of it. You can hear someone's rage and not flinch. You can feel someone's trauma and not run. That's because you've been there. The darkness didn't break you. It trained you. And now you can enter spaces most people avoid. Hospitals, prisons, grief circles, addictions. You don't need to fix people, you understand them. And understanding is the beginning of healing. But this power comes with a cost. If you don't protect your energy, you'll absorb what isn't yours. You'll carry other people's demons as if they're your own. So you must learn to feel everything, but hold nothing. This is your edge. You are empathy sharpened by fire. But ask yourself, have I been healing others while secretly bleeding out? The second power is energetic camouflage. You can disappear in plain sight, not because you're small, but because you've mastered invisibility. You know how to lower your frequency in toxic spaces so you're not targeted. You know how to suppress your truth when it's not safe. You've learned how to play the role, the quiet one, the helper, the neutralizer. But this isn't weakness. It's strategy. You've survived environments where truth wasn't rewarded, it was punished. So you became a shapeshifter, a silent watcher. And while others danced in the spotlight, you were gathering intel, learning patterns, mapping energy, waiting for the right time to emerge. But now the question is, have you become so good at hiding that you've forgotten how to be seen? Because camouflage was the tool, it was never meant to become your identity. It's time to ask, what would it cost me to be fully visible in my truth, my power, and my calling? The third secret power is chaotic alchemy. You don't just survive chaos, you transmute it. You've taken heartbreak and turned it into poetry. You've turned trauma into art. You've turned rejection into fuel. You've turned madness into medicine. While others break in the storm, you build in it. You know how to take shattered pieces and make something sacred. That's because your soul was never built for comfort. It was built for creation under pressure. You are the architect of new worlds born from collapse. But here's the danger. Chaos can become addictive. You may start to believe that peace is boring, that stillness means you're not evolving. So you unconsciously seek messes just to feel alive. But what if your next evolution isn't in chaos, but in choosing peace when peace feels unfamiliar? Can you alchemize not just pain, but pleasure? Can you build from joy, not just survival? The fourth power is psychic rebellion. You don't just question authority, you feel when something's off. You don't trust systems blindly. You read between the lines. You see the cracks in the matrix. You've been called a rebel, a heretic, a conspiracy theorist. But what you really are is awake, You can't pretend anymore. You can't unsee what your soul has seen. And while others are hypnotized by comfort, you feel the tension in your bones. You know that the world is built on illusions, and your role is to dismantle them. But rebellion without responsibility becomes recklessness. You're not here to burn everything down for attention. You're here to awaken the sleepers. Your rebellion must be rooted in clarity, not chaos. So ask yourself, am I fighting because I'm still angry or because I'm finally clear? The most powerful revolutionaries are not loud, they are precise. And you are being called to speak truth that makes systems tremble. The fifth secret power is spiritual magnetism. You attract intense situations, people, and energies. You walk into a room and people either gravitate toward you or pull away like you're radioactive. That's because you carry weight. Not physical weight, energetic weight. Your aura is dense with codes. You don't even have to speak, and people feel something stirring. Some are drawn to you for healing. Others are triggered by your truth. But either way, you move energy. And this gift is dangerous if unconscious. You may attract broken people who want to feed off your power. You may draw spiritual parasites who mask themselves as students or lovers. So you must master your magnetism. Learn to direct it intentionally. Learn to command your frequency instead of letting it leak. Your light isn't soft, it's piercing. Your darkness isn't evil, it's refining. But are you using your magnetism to lift others or to control outcomes? That question will reveal your alignment. The sixth power is soul memory. You've always felt old, not tired, ancient. You've walked into places and felt like you've been there before. You've met people and felt an instant pull like you've known them for lifetimes. You have dreams that feel more real than waking life. You're not crazy. You're remembering. As a dark chosen one, you carry ancestral codes, past life wisdom, cellular memory. You're not just healing your wounds, you're healing generations. You've been sent to close cycles that began long before you were born. And this kind of work isn't glamorous. It's gritty. It's lonely. It requires sacrifice. But when you remember who you were, you reclaim who you are. Your path isn't linear, it's karmic, and your choices ripple through timelines. So ask yourself, what are you here to end, and what are you here to begin? Because your soul knows, it always has. The question is, are you listening yet? And finally, the seventh secret power is death intimacy. You faced loss that shattered you. You've stared into the abyss and wondered if you'd ever come out. You've danced at the edge of endings, relationships, identities, even your own life. And yet, you're still here, changed, raw, stripped, but clear. That's because death didn't destroy you, it initiated you. You've learned to let go like few ever will. You've died 1,000 deaths in one lifetime. And that makes you dangerous, not to others, but to illusion. You're not afraid to release what isn't real. You're not afraid to evolve. And when others cling to what's dying, you walk away with grace. This is the power of the dark chosen one. You don't just survive death, you befriend it. You understand that every ending is an upgrade in disguise. So I ask you, what are you still clinging to that has already died? Because until you let it go, your next evolution is on pause. And you weren't born to pause. You were born to initiate realities that terrify the average soul. You've just heard the 7 secret powers. But now comes the real work. How do you use them without being consumed by them? Because these gifts are double-edged. They can elevate you or destroy you. They can create awakening or chaos. In the next part, we'll dive into the dark path mastery, how to wield your shadow gifts with precision, integrity, and spiritual sovereignty. This is where the dark becomes divine. The black flame within, how to master your shadow powers without becoming the monster you were sent to defeat. Power without mastery is poison. And if you're a dark chosen one, your very existence is proof that you were never meant to follow the crowd. But here's the truth nobody tells you. The darkness that forged you can also consume you if you don't learn how to wield it with discipline, humility, and sacred intention. We weren't given these powers to dominate others. We were given them to liberate ourselves first. And that liberation doesn't come from escaping the darkness. It comes from learning how to sit in it without becoming it. The real enemy isn't the world outside, it's the unhealed shadow within. That's why so many powerful people fall. They awaken their gifts, but they never anchor their soul. They become skilled manipulators instead of sacred warriors. And if you're not careful, your powers will amplify your wounds instead of your wisdom. So today we begin the real training, how to master your 7 dark gifts so they no longer master you. To master shadow empathy, you must learn energetic sovereignty. That means knowing where you end and someone else begins. Because empathy without boundaries is self-erasure. It's noble to feel for others, but dangerous to carry what isn't yours. Start by practicing energetic tracking. Anytime you feel heavy, anxious, or confused, pause and ask, "Is this mine?" Then return what isn't yours to sender. Do this through breath, visualization, or spoken word. You can't heal the world if you're drowning in its pain. Learn to be a sacred witness, not a sponge. And don't mistake numbness for strength. True mastery is the ability to feel fully and still stay rooted. A dark chosen one doesn't run from pain, we walk through it with integrity. But we know better than to live there. To master energetic camouflage, you must stop hiding from yourself. Your invisibility was once a survival tactic, but now it can become a prison. Camouflage is only powerful when it's intentional. If you're still shrinking to make others comfortable, you're not camouflaging, you're fading. So reclaim your presence. Practice taking up space without apology. Speak your truth in uncomfortable rooms. Share your story even when your voice shakes. And don't confuse privacy with shame. You don't need to be loud to be seen, you need to be authentic. Your gift is adaptability, but don't lose your essence in the roles you play. Ask yourself, who am I when no one is watching? That version of you is the key. That version of you is who the world actually needs. To master chaotic alchemy, you must stop romanticizing suffering. Yes, you've built kingdoms from rubble. Yes, you've turned breakdowns into breakthroughs. But chaos is not your only teacher. Peace is a teacher too. Joy is a teacher. Stillness is a teacher. There will always be storms, but don't become addicted to the lightning. Your nervous system deserves restoration, not just resilience. Learn to create from calm, not just crisis. Sit in silence and ask, what would I create if I wasn't constantly recovering? Start building not from scars, but from vision. Alchemy is sacred because it transforms without destroying. And while you'll always carry the ability to turn pain into power, true mastery means learning how to create from wholeness, not just wounds. To master psychic rebellion, you must develop spiritual discernment. Not every system is corrupt. Not every authority is your enemy. The rebel who fights everything eventually loses the clarity of why they began to fight at all. You must learn to distinguish between ego-driven resistance and soul-guided defiance. Ask yourself, am I rebelling to be right or to reveal truth? Study, listen, observe. Not everything needs to be dismantled. Some things need to be reformed. Others need to be transcended. Your rebellion should not be fueled by bitterness, but by vision. You're not here to destroy the world, you're here to wake it up. And that requires precision. If your inner chaos is louder than your clarity, you'll burn bridges that were meant to be paths. Center yourself before you speak. Pray before you protest. This is how you stay dangerous and divine. To master spiritual magnetism, you must purify your intentions. Attraction is not always confirmation. Just because people are drawn to you doesn't mean they're aligned with you. You must learn to feel beyond flattery. Ask yourself, does this person want to grow with me or feed off me? Your energy is sacred currency. Spend it wisely. Protect your field with rituals, prayer, and daily grounding. Don't leak your light trying to rescue people who are addicted to their own darkness. Magnetism without discernment becomes manipulation. But when your heart is clean and your mind is still, you attract exactly what serves your highest good. You don't chase. You don't seduce. You resonate. And that resonance becomes your shield. When you are tuned to truth, false frequencies cannot anchor themselves to you. To master soul memory, you must stay grounded in the present. It's easy to get lost in past lives, soul contracts, and cosmic missions. But too much time in the ether can make you forget your human assignment. You're here now in this body for a reason. Yes, your soul is ancient. Yes, you've walked many timelines. But don't let the poetry of your past distract you from the practice of your presence. Stay rooted. Drink water. Move your body. Pay your bills. Hug your people. Real mastery is not in remembering who you were. It's in choosing who you are every single day. Use your soul memory to guide your values, not escape your reality. You're not here to float above the world. You're here to transform it from the inside out. And to master death intimacy, you must embrace the art of sacred endings. Stop fearing closure. Stop avoiding the release. What you're afraid to let die is the very thing blocking your rebirth. Endings are not punishment, they're portals. Every version of you that you've buried has made space for something higher. But if you keep dragging the corpses of old identities, relationships, and narratives, your future has no room to breathe. You must become a funeral priest for your own evolution. Learn to honor what was, bless it, and let it go. Sit in ceremony with your losses. Write eulogies for your old selves. Cry, burn letters, release names, untenries. Untenries, because death is not the opposite of life, it is the completion of it. And you, as a dark chosen one, are not afraid of endings. You are the one who knows that every death is a disguised ascension. Everything you've survived has been preparing you for this moment. But survival is not the goal. Sovereignty is. You've now begun the path of sacred mastery, not perfect, but intentional. In the next part, we'll go even deeper, to the final test of the dark chosen one. How to walk among the world, wield your power, serve your mission, and still keep your soul intact. Because this is the era of emergence, and the world doesn't need another guru. It needs you, fully integrated, deeply rooted, and unapologetically real. How to walk among the world without ever losing yourself again. You've walked through the fire, you've faced the abyss, you've remembered your power. And now comes the most sacred and dangerous phase of the dark chosen one's journey, re-entry. Because it's one thing to awaken in isolation. It's one thing to discover your gifts in the safety of your solitude. But it's another level entirely to carry that power into the world without letting the world distort it. The final initiation isn't about more shadow work, more healing, or more suffering. It's about integration. Can you walk through this world fully awake, fully empowered, and still keep your heart open? Can you sit at the table with illusion and not drink from its cup? Can you serve without being swallowed? That is mastery. That is sovereignty. That is what separates those who awaken once from those who remain awake for life. The first challenge of walking among the world is energetic duality. You're going to feel things others don't. You'll walk into rooms and sense undercurrents no one else notices. You'll hear the words, but feel the lies underneath. People will smile, but you'll see the sadness behind their eyes. This is the burden and blessing of deep perception. But do not let it make you cynical. The goal is not to judge what you see, it's to navigate it with grace. You're not here to fix everyone. You're not here to expose every falseness. You're here to hold frequency, to be the calm in the chaos, the clarity in the noise, the truth in the performance. And that requires spiritual neutrality, not detachment, but presence without entanglement. You must learn to see everything and still choose love, not the soft, passive love of naivety, but the fierce, committed love of a warrior who knows truth and chooses it anyway. The second challenge is ego reactivation. As you walk in your power, people will project onto you. Some will worship you, others will hate you. Both are mirrors, both are traps. And if you're not anchored, you'll start to believe the hype or the hate. But neither is real. You are not your followers. You are not your critics. You are not your accolades or your failures. You are the observer. You are the transmitter. You are the conduit. Stay humble, but not hidden. Stay confident, but not inflated. Remember the vow. Let them see you, God, not me. That is the shield. That is the sword. If people project, bless them. If people reject, release them. You are not made to be understood. You are made to transmit frequencies that activate sleeping souls. Do not confuse applause with alignment. Your validation must come from your own soul resonance, not the noise of the crowd. The third challenge is temptation of comfort. After so much pain, so much work, so much rising, you'll crave rest, and rest is sacred. But beware when rest becomes numbness, when peace becomes stagnation, when you start building a new cage out of the very freedom you fought for. The matrix will offer you convenience, fame, followers, money, soft beds, shiny distractions. And none of these are evil, but they become dangerous when they seduce you into forgetting who you really are. Don't sell your truth for temporary comfort. Don't soften your message to keep the peace. Don't shrink your fire just to be liked. You can rest and still be awake. You can enjoy beauty and still be anchored in purpose. But always ask, is this peace nourishing my soul or lulling it to sleep. The dark chosen one doesn't run from peace, we redefine it. The fourth challenge is servant leadership. As your power grows, so does your reach. And with that reach comes responsibility. Not to control, but to guide. Not to dominate, but to model integrity. True leadership in the dark path is quiet, precise, and deeply rooted in service. You don't lead to be praised. You lead to protect the path. That means teaching without preaching, correcting without condemning, holding space without enabling, and most of all, living your truth so fully that others remember their own. It's not about building followers. It's about building sovereigns. And that begins with you. Are you leading from overflow or obligation? Are you guiding others toward their own power or toward dependence on yours? The dark seer knows the goal is not to create students, it is to awaken masters. The fifth challenge is soul fatigue. Even the strongest warriors get tired. Even the most awakened feel lost, especially when you're carrying the weight of multiple lifetimes, ancestral lines, and energetic grids. You will feel too much. You will want to disappear. You will wonder if it's worth it. And in those moments, you must return to the fire that chose you. Remember why you answered the call. Remember the younger version of you who dreamed of this moment. And then, rest without quitting. Retreat without retreating from your essence. You don't have to be on all the time. You just have to be true. Let yourself be human. Let yourself receive. Let yourself be held by the same source you've helped others find. Because even the dark chosen one needs light. Even the seer needs to be seen. Even the guide needs to be guided sometimes. The sixth challenge is sacred relationships. Intimacy will test you. Whether it's friendships, lovers, family, or soul partners, your relationships will reflect the parts of you that are still unhealed. And as a being of deep frequency, not everyone will match your vibration. Some will try to dim you. Others will try to use you. Others will simply not see you. But do not isolate forever. Your soul didn't come here to be a lone wolf. It came to remember love in the presence of truth. Build relationships that challenge you to rise, not shrink. Choose mirrors, not masks. Be willing to speak truth even when it shakes the bond. Be willing to be seen fully, even in your mess. And most of all, be willing to receive love that doesn't need to fix you, only witness you. Because the deepest initiation is not surviving alone. It's thriving with others who see your soul and choose to stay. And the final challenge is legacy. When all is said and done, what will you leave behind? Not as a brand, but as a frequency. What will people feel when they remember you? Not your titles, not your achievements, but your essence. Will they say you made them feel more alive, more awakened, more real? Or will they say you were just another persona in a world full of noise? The dark chosen one doesn't chase legacy. We embody it. Every conversation, every silence, every choice, every boundary. Every moment we choose truth over performance, alignment over applause, presence over pressure, we are writing our legacy into the field, not to be remembered, but to remind others what's possible. You are not here to be famous. You are here to be free. And in your freedom, others will find the map back to themselves. So I ask you now, what will you do with everything you've become? Will you hide it again? Will you soften it to fit in? Or will you rise, unapologetically, unshakably, unforgettably, and walk as the dark seer you were always meant to be? because the world is waiting, not for your perfection, but for your presence.